Do you eat a lot of seed oils? Like, do you have a lot of salads and eat, like, say, a lot of margarine and cook with seed oils primarily? Like, like the canola oil, the soybean oil, corn oil, vegetable oil. You know what I'm talking about? Do you? I did. I don't anymore, but I used to. I used to avoid tallow and um, duck fat and butter and pork fat. Lord, I mean, I would never touch it. As a Seventh Day Adventist back then, I would never touch lard. If it was going to be in any way, shape, or form coming anywhere close to me eating, there's no way I touched lard. Ah, that didn't look very nice back there. Oh well. You know, I didn't understand the trap that seed oils are. Now, first, they are a huge profit for the manufacturers that manufacture this stuff, because the source material that they need to make the oil is dead cheap. There's an overabundance of it in America. Hence, we can afford to sell it. We can afford to sell it to, like, the world. China, I think, is going to be buying a bunch. I just found out. Is it Indonesia? I want to say Indonesia is going to be buying a bunch of American wheat that's going to do something about being able to make noodles better at a better price or something. Like, tariffs, I don't understand it. But the thing is that there's an abundance of the source material, a huge abundance of the source material that makes making the oil that we cook with and eat really, really cheap. And so there's a huge incentive for manufacturers to convince us to consume this kind of product and to consume lots of it. In fact, there was a huge amount of money from the food industry to demonize animal products, to absolutely demonize it, because there's way more money, way more profits, bigger profits in plant foods, your plant-based foods, especially your grains, stuff that can be mass-produced, put into a box and sold on a shelf. There's huge profits to be had there. I don't think the apple farmer or the asparagus farmer or the broccoli farmer necessarily is making tons of money, but the industry, the food industry, finds a lot of profits with things like grains and seed oils, especially the seed oils. One of my favorite things to do was to have margarine, a bunch of margarine, in my Kraft macaroni and cheese, which is still something I love. I absolutely love Kraft macaroni and cheese. I ain't going to deny it. But I didn't understand how absolutely unhealthy margarine and seed oils are. Now, what I was learning is that coconut oil and pure cold pressed, single sourced, comes from, like, only cold pressed olives. Those two types of oil are, I guess, okay, because technically they come from a seed. Like, I mean, coconut is a seed, but otherwise we shouldn't be touching seed oils, because what I was learning is, like, well, okay, one, seed oils don't have cholesterol, and our bodies need cholesterol. I was learning this. Could have knocked me over with a feather when I learned that. I need cholesterol. I thought we're supposed to avoid it. That's what I thought, that people take medications to drop it down through the floor because it's going to kill us, even though our bodies produce it. In fact, if you don't get enough cholesterol, your body will produce it, but only up to a certain amount. And if you get an excess of cholesterol in your diet, that's good for you. But I just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And so seed oils don't provide cholesterol. And so your body has to expend extra energy in the production of cholesterol in order to keep us functioning. And that extra energy turns out in a kind of like that, not feeling really super energetic. like many of us feel. I didn't feel tons of energy when I was consuming that stuff copiously. In fact, here's something that's crazy. Seed oils were originally, the very first seed oil was actually developed to lubricate machinery in factories and steam engines or something like this. It's like, and they being those that produce these oils found a way to make it so that humans would consume it. I don't know what the original. As far as I know, margarine was specifically produced to replace butter. But margarine is super cheap to produce. Super cheap to produce. The markup on that is nuts in comparison to butter. Butter requires a lot of investment from the farmers and from the producers. Inflammation. In freaking inflammation. Inflammation is absolutely exasperated by seed oils. Now, carbohydrates are also very inflammatory, along with other compounds that are found in plants. But seed oils, it triggers inflammation in our body far more than any red meat ever would or could. I think the only thing that doesn't actually cause inflammation of any kind is water. I think water is the only one. There is some inflammation no matter what you ingest that triggers certain chemical reactions so that the body knows it's getting food and it can do something with it. But it seems that plants cause an excess of inflammation. It triggers the body like too much. And so seed oils cause an excess, a super excess of inflammation. Like I used to get back pain like crazy. So I would stand for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, boom, my back is just aching. Standing in the kitchen and cooking was torture. It was torture. A lot of sitting, a lot of suffering. Yeah, I don't get inflammation, and I don't get that pain anymore because I found out that it was inflammation in my back that was causing my back to feel like it did. Okay. So inflammation. So my back pain was coming from inflammation, and now my back is functioning way better. It's still weak because I'm not a very physical man. I don't go to the gym and work out or anything like that. Though I do more physical work nowadays in the last few months than I've ever done in the last 20 years. Here's another one. Your body needs fat to function, so cholesterol and fat and stuff like that, and it needs it to produce hormones, to build cells in your body, to create energy in our body. Somehow, the mitochondria is involved with fat, and somehow fat has something to do with it. Please forgive me and my lack of biological knowledge. But what I was learning is that the seed oil is something like fat that the body needs. It's something like it. But the problem is, it's not it exactly. So it can kind of use it, but not well. And it retards the function of the mitochondria, the energy source within your cells, which leads to a constant feeling of tiredness. You go to bed, you sleep all night, you get up in the morning, and you're ready for bed again. I know you've been there. I've been there. Shoot, I've been there. Tired. Your brain doesn't function well. You just. Now, seed oils aren't the only cause. There's all kinds of problems with our modern diet. But seed oils is a big problem. And I was learning this. What I did is I replaced all of my seed oils with animal fat, butter, lard, tallow. I've never tried duck fat. I'd like to, though. I'm actually kind of curious. But I replaced all of the seed oils. I don't use olive oil and coconut oil, and that's more just being consistent. I consume the tallow, I consume the lard, I consume the butter. I just don't have need for those two, but I would. I'm starting to understand that those two tend to be safe. Though the best, I really wouldn't buy olive oil because I don't know if it's going to be pure olive oil or if it's going to be cut with other types of, or mixed or whatever they say, mixed with other oils to try and make it cheaper or make it last longer. But coconut oil, I guess it's pretty safe. But I've eliminated all the seed oils, all of them. And I have found that yes, 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 my energy is better. I have also discovered that outside sources, outside influences that can lead to depression, that still has an effect on our energy. It does. So if you're depressed because you just got a divorce, or somebody really important to you died, or you just lost your job and you don't know where you're going to get your next paycheck from, those kind of things, those are issues that can bring some real depression that makes sense. But if everything's right in your life and you're just depressed, I'm starting to learn that one of the big culprits is seed oils. Seed oils. I never knew it. I used to eat it to be healthy. Now I understand differently because I've done a lot of studying in how the human body works. I'm no doctor. I ain't no doctor. But I am a human that has a body that I've got to take care of. I thank you for watching. I thank you for spending your precious time with me all the way till the end. May you have success that is valuable and that matters to you. God bless you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.